I've got three species of lithops here, and they're all either in full bloom now, or in the case of Caras montana here, just about to bloom. And the reason I wanted to talk to you about them is because they seem to have really enjoyed the very high temperatures and the intense sunlight that I've been able to provide for these plants this year. And while these plants may frequently flower, they have seemed to have done so with all more brilliance this year. And I wanted to show you what kind of characteristics accompanies the flowering of these plants this year. And this one here is Lithops turbiniformis, or hookeri. And if you look closely at the body of the plant, you see that it's very wrinkled. And in fact, these plants had water at the beginning of September, but I decided not to give them any more water because the weather had been a bit dull. And I don't think it's a good idea to water lithops when the water is dull. But as soon as a lithops is about to flower, what it does, the bodies do start to wrinkle because it uses a lot of water for the plants to flower. And this one is the first time this plant has flowered. It's a single body, but there are the wrinkles, which show that it's using a lot of water to flower. And I've got another hookeri, or turbiniformis here. Again, it's a little bit wrinkled, but not quite so much. It's got a much bigger body than the other one, and it's got a slightly more rugose surface, but it's very attractive. And if I move the plant around a little bit, you'll see that it's got a little bit of wrinkling on the other side. You see a line of a wrinkle across the body, which show that it's been using water to produce that beautiful flower. And again, I've had this plant probably 2 or 3 years. It's the first time it's flowered, and the same is true for the last one, the plant that I just showed you. They've only just flowered for the first time this year. This one is Lithops leslii, and there are two forms of leslii in this pot here, and I've been talking about it, and I must have had this pot of plants for 8 years now, and they've never done anything just but recycle their leaves. And I think this is about the 3rd or 4th time that this plant has flowered. This one here, the smaller plant with the darker and red looking top, has only flowered once, whereas this form here has flowered more often. But again, you can probably see the very wrinkled surface of the plant, that it's lost a lot of water while producing the flowers. If you think about it, flowers have a way of losing water. They transpire at an incredibly fast rate, whereas the lithops itself, the body does not transpire very much. The flower does, so the flower draws water from the main body of the plant, causing the wrinkling that you can see. Just to go on to the last one for you, and the cat as usual trying to get into the video, Lithops Caras montana. And again, I've had this one 3 or 4 years. It's flowered before, and you can see the buds have just burst through the surface of that particular plant, and it's very wrinkled. It's wrinkled, again showing the amount of water that is used to go into producing a flower. Now, I've had this plant, as I said, about 4 or 5 years. All these plants have been baking at 41 degrees C or more this summer. While I was down in the cellar trying to escape from the sunshine, these plants were all enjoying the sunshine, and they've all done well to flower this year. So I'm really pleased that they've enjoyed the weather, and that my watering schedule and feeding schedule seems to have borne fruit. And that's Lithops. 5 hours sun, baking at 41 degrees. They seem to like it. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you again soon. If you did like it, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.